Welcome. I'm going to try to explain how the crafting system works in this game. Although the in-game tutorial system does a very good job at explaining how this works, I'm going to do my best to help smooth out some of these details for new players. You start off by unlocking. To do this, you have to beat Steel Forge at least tier Mark 3. Once you have completed and killed the Steel Forge Watcher at tier Mark 3, you will unlock the ability to craft. Here you will go to the Arms Dealer mod in town. You will select Craft and pick the gear you would like to craft. I highly recommend starting with a white base item, as this will significantly reduce the amount of resources you will use in crafting the perfect gear. Also, I highly recommend using a base starting gear of item level 85 minimum, as this will give you the highest possible affix rolls. Starting off as a new player, you obviously do not have access to this, so use the best base that will best suit you and build the gear that'll help you get to the endgame. Once there, only craft on high level base gear of 85 minimum and start with white. Let's see how we can make an endgame gear, shall we? So we're going to start off on this helmet. Keep in mind, each crafting gear can have 6 total affixes, 3 prefix and 3 postfix. So do some research and make sure you know which ones you like, and then target those. The last mod for a budget craft will always be crafted. So keep in mind which mod you would like to craft. Make this your least important mod, as the enchanting is much weaker than the crafted mods. So you will have a weaker possibility roll through enchant. Alternatively, if you're a big baller endgame, you can now craft at the 6th piece of gear with the big runes. These will be very, very expensive and reserved for very endgame crafting. So for this piece of gear, we're going to start off. The number one thing I need is life, maximum life, and life regeneration. I believe we get this here, so this one cannot be used unless there are 4 affixes on here. So we're going to start by doing that. I really need some erosion resistance. So we're going to target some erosion resistance for my build. We find the ember that gives me resistance, and here we go. We craft it using the mods we want. Fire resistance. This is a good one. This is a high roll. I also need fire resistance. I have a choice now. Do I want this roll, or do I want a higher one? I personally want at least 40 minimum, so we're going to keep going because I want big rolls. We're going to keep canceling until we find one we want. 28 erosion resistance is surprisingly high. I'm going to take this just for simplicity and to keep the video going. We continue on. We would like to find some more fire resistance. Here, we nailed it. We got very lucky. We were able to nail a high rolled fire resistance as well as that, so we will confirm this one in. Now we're going to move up to our gear armor. We're going to find the one that gives us a big flat % gear armor, and we're going to roll for a high one here. We've nailed a 154 gear armor on the first try without removing anything else. We're going to confirm this one. Now we're up to here. We're going to move down to get more resistance on our gear. Alternatively, you can make skill area, curse effects, critical strikes is also pretty good. Strength is always good. But for simplicity, we'll just go with resistance. You can't go wrong with that. Nailed a 49 cold resistance, as well as not removing any mods. Extremely lucky. We're just gonna slam this one in. Alright, we finally have reached that part where we have 4 affixes on our base. Now we can use our purple embers. These are the big mods. Crafting will be more expensive, and you will get much stronger mods. Once again, we're aiming for a high maximum life with minus 15 life regen. Ideally, we want to get to at least 20%, and as you can see, this is going to be very challenging. We have missed, so we're going to do not confirm the new roll, or you will be stuck with that, and that is not what you would like. Make sure you pick your old one, or you will not be able to craft at that price. It will become extremely more expensive. As you can see here, we were able to land a very solid roll. 11% of physical damage taken converted to fire damage. That's extremely strong. But at the cost, we have lost our mod of high gear armor. So we need to decide, is this better than that? I think it is. So I'm going to take it. Just kidding. We're going to stick with this. 5% of physical damage. This one stayed, so we can go with it. But really, what we need is the maximum life and life regen. So we're gonna keep looking. We have managed to find the mod we wanted, but as you can see, it's only 9%, and we can roll up to 25. So as a min-maxer, I want this to be much stronger. So we're gonna cancel that and keep trying. We've landed on a 12%. That's better, but not good enough. We're gonna keep trying. We need to have some like crafting music here. Ooh boy, here we go. Look at it go, lots of crafts. 9%, but we lost on that one. We have a 17%. Not good, not bad. But for the sake of this video, we will accept this. And we will continue on. We didn't lose any of our other mods, and now we have this. Once we have our fifth mod on there, we have the ability to close this off with a cheap crap enchant. We will now go to our enchant, we'll pick the helm we made, we'll put it in, and we'll get our cheap one. The one we wanted was maximum life and gear armor, which I believe is right here. And that, once you have this, you have one final thing to make your endgame gear super strong. You need to increase its energy value. You go here, and the energy value, depending on the base, will range from 1 to, depending on how high it goes, on an 85 based helm, can go up to 61. You will use your energy crystals to refine it. It'll cost 10 at a time for this high base. Ideally, you're trying to get as close to 61 as possible, and this will allow you to use more skills. 49 is pretty good, but I want at least a 50 minimum. 55 is good, I think good enough to stop. If you really want to min-max it, you can go up to 60. Once you have your base helm, you can now bring it in. Where is it? Insert it, and you'll become much stronger. Hopefully this video has helped you better understand the crafting system. With this, you'll be able to make yourself extremely more powerful gear at more consistent basis, and you'll be able to tackle endgame much, much quicker. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you later.